Hello everyone, welcome to Australia and welcome to Australian Book Travels. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world, welcome. It is getting closer to Christmas. It is so close now, we're at the end of November. So over the coming weeks, I'll be doing a lot more, not necessarily book reviews, but I will be doing a lot more book recommendations so that you can use that information perhaps for your own Christmas reading or summer reading for us here in Australia, or winter reading for people in the north, and also as Christmas gifts, or both, whatever takes your fancy. I thought it would be a good idea to start with some books for the young ones. They're not necessarily Christmas stories, but they are beautiful Christmas gifts. They are old, they're classics. The first one is by E. Nesbit, The Railway Children. This is a hardback. It's beautifully presented. It does have some illustrations in it. A classic, beautiful story. There's an illustration there, and the front cover and the back cover. Now these are, this story comes in, like a lot of the classics, they come in from different publishers and different versions of covers and sometimes illustrations. A classic read, a beautiful, and I look, there's something I think about Christmas that brings about nostalgia. I don't know if it's just me. Do you feel that also, that there's a nostalgia when Christmas comes? So I always look to classics at Christmas, as well as Christmas stories, but classics, and sometimes the two combine. I just feel that this is a beautiful story for the young ones. This version is a pocket size, stocking size, and easy for the young ones to handle. If they're able to read it themselves, it's a really nice hand size. It's a beautiful story. And I read it every now and then. I would recommend it to adults as well. If you haven't read it, or if you read it a long time ago, I really recommend you pick it up or buy it, pick it up and read it. It's a beautiful story. Another one along the same lines is by Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden. This I bought at the same bookshop as I think I bought The Railway Children, just at a different time. I bought them from Dimmock's bookshop in Melbourne, but that was probably last year, these versions. But you'll be able to get them anywhere. Again, this like The Railway Children, it is a nice size for young ones to handle. But yeah, it's A Secret Garden. And look at that cover. I mean, really, they're just stunning. And this is linen, a linen feel to it, hardback. Just a beautiful Christmas gift. And it even, for Christmas, I mean, it even has that look about it as well. A beautiful story about children who discover a garden. I won't say too much if you haven't read it. I don't like to give too much away. Even in book reviews, I don't like to give too much away. I think the whole experience is to find the story yourself and find from that story what you can get from it. And everyone's different. So not too much of the story to give away, but this is a classic and a beautiful book to give to young ones for Christmas, I think. So that's those two. A couple for the adults, quite a few for the adults actually. The British Library have a crime classic section that what they do is they reprint old novels and in crime fiction. So anything from the late 1800s that I have read right through to the 40s, 50s, 60s. They come in with all different authors, all different titles, of course. I think there's over 100 of them all up. I have a few of them on a day-to-day crime fiction. They're wonderful vintage classics. Really great stories, always well written. Not always your favorite novel, but the favorite storyline, but really well written and more in depth sometimes than what you tend to get nowadays, I think. I mean, I say that generally, that's not fair, but they just seem to be, the way that they're written and the stories, they're often, not always, but often quite complex. So this one, I bought these two for Christmas. I wanted to read them for Christmas from the 1st of November to the 30th, well, really to maybe the 25th or just after Christmas. I read Christmas novels. So these are based in England. This is by J. Jefferson Fagion. This is Mystery in White. I've not long finished this, actually. Great story. Little complex, simple, but there's a complexity to it underneath in the storyline. I enjoyed it. I have found these in Dimmicks in Melbourne, but also at Collins Booksellers in Ballarat, and the Book Grocer has been known to sell some as well. So, but look, there would be other bookshops, I'm sure, in Australia and online that you could buy. I personally, even though I tell you that you can get them online, I really like to support the booksellers, the bookshops, the secondhand bookshops and those selling new, the independents and also the large Australian booksellers, Dimmicks, the Book Grocer, Collins, they're all Australian. Yes, so I know you can get them from there. I think maybe the Hill of Content or Hill of Content, as I like to call it, in Melbourne, that's in Burke Street. I think they may sell some, but anyway, over the world, in England, of course, you would be able to buy them anywhere. Anyway, great story. This one I'm leaving until after Christmas because it is a murder after Christmas. And this one is by Rupert Ladmer. They're from all different authors, so you get a whole range of perspectives and storylines and style of writing. They're a fantastic series, and I will in the future be recommending more of them, the other storylines not pertaining to Christmas. They're a great read. Two more here. One is the classic Agatha Christie. These are all crime fiction, obviously. I am a fanatic in crime fiction, but we will discuss others later. Agatha Christie, The Adventures of the Christmas Pudding, a classic. I bought this newer version just because it's lovely and fresh and it's a new cover. But there she is there. Classic story. Great as a gift. Good size to pop in the stocking. And a great one to read for yourself for Christmas. So that's Agatha Christie. Now, one that you may not have heard about is Georges Simenon, Maigret. I don't know if any of you have heard of Maigret. Maigret is Georges' detective, French detective. He is a French author. Maigret, I think there's something in the vicinity of close to 80 or 100 in the Maigret series. This one is a Maigret Christmas. I read this earlier in November. Oh, even have a little pamphlet in it. It was a great story. If any of you are familiar with Maigret, this is one that you should read. If you're not familiar with Maigret and Georges Simenon, I recommend it for this Christmas as a gift or as a read for yourself. A really good detective, really well written, a different style to, I would say, a European style. Obviously, he's French, but there was something different in the style of writing, and I liked it. It appealed to me. So that's Maigret. You may have seen a Maigret television series starring Rowan Atkinson. I think they had 4 episodes of 4 different stories in the Maigret series. I personally thought Rowan Atkinson played a brilliant part of Maigret. He and the other actors involved, his wife and his staff at the police station, they were absolutely brilliant. So if you get an opportunity, I think it must have been BBC series, I think, but if you can watch it, it was great. Something aside from books, I wanted to show you. This is an Australian company, Wavertree and London. They're Australian. You can find them in bookshops and in specialty shops. These are candles and matching soap. Now, I have bought these I can smell it from here. It's absolutely divine. This is Christmas pudding. They're a wonderful gift, but one of the reasons why I'm suggesting it to you right now, aside from their day-to-day candles and their day-to-day soaps, which they specialise, they may have a more summery scents, but they'll have a gin and tonic scent, and it smells like gin and tonic. And Prosecco, and it smells like Prosecco. This one is Christmas pudding. It's absolutely divine. Here is the packaging. It's the most stunning Christmas gift. Here, this is the candle. Now, I've been using Wavertree in London for a number of years, probably 10 years perhaps. I have used other companies and I do like other Australian candles, but these are beautifully presented. They're available in shops and oftentimes bookshops or stationery shops. They look stunning on your sideboard or in your bathroom, in your loo, anywhere. They're just and the scent, that's Christmas pudding, people. I'm hungry. This is making me hungry. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, what I bought the Christmas pudding so that in December I can start burning the candle around the house and having it more Christmassy. So too with the soap. I will be putting it on the sink in the bathroom and in the powder room, just so that it fills the house with a beautiful Christmas scent, along with the Christmas tree and the cooking and the baking. Now, these are really reasonably priced. They're only $6.95. They last an age, and they're a treat, aren't they, for Christmas? The candles I think they're about $39, but they do last you an age. As I say, they come in other scents for during the year, aside from Christmas. And I think for Christmas they come in another scent as well. I think there's a gingerbread and there's another scent, I think. But look, I recommend them. They're a beautiful gift. I mean, what would be more beautiful than receiving that with a book? I mean, how nice would that be? But beautiful, so I recommend them. Okay, I wanted to make this really short. Oh, one other thing, so that you can think about it before Christmas and get your mail out. Bookmarks. Bookmarks are a great Christmas gift. You can pop them in a card in the mail, and they don't cost you any more than the stamp that you're paying for the card. They're also a lovely gift with a book when you give a book. So these are Australian. This is by Anne Franklin. She's an Australian. I recently bought that. I thought that was absolutely beautiful and very typically Australian, and summer. It reminded me of summer in Australia, probably because of the yellow grass. But that absolutely beautiful. And she's a lovely artist too. There are a few more in this series of Anne Franklin, but I chose this one. It was beautiful. So there are a whole range that you can get. This is by, I have to wear my reading glasses. I'm sorry, everyone, excuse me. Colin Thompson, and he's in New South Wales. So another Australian artist. Absolutely beautiful. I thought that was lovely. It has little gnomes and little gremlins and things in amongst the books, which I thought was lovely. And look, they are often just a couple of dollars. I mean, really, you couldn't get much cheaper, could you? This is also by, well, it's actually by an Englishman, but it's of an emu at Port Jackson. This is by George Repper. Now, this was his illustration in 1791. He was on, don't quote me, but I think he was on the First Fleet on the Sirius. Naval fanatics will probably challenge me on that, but I think, I'm only saying I think, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm knowledgeable, but I think. He was on the Sirius, the ship, the Sirius in the First Fleet. I could be wrong. But, so that's a nice gift, actually, from Australia to overseas, or to Australians, or to a man, or to anybody, really. I mean, really, a bookmark for anybody. But it's probably a little bit more masculine. Should I say that? I don't know that I should say that, but I'm old school. There you go. Another one is, this is from the Victoria and Albert Museum in England. It's William Morris design, The Strawberry Thief. You can get a whole range of William Morris's bookmarks and the designs on bookmarks, particularly in, I think, Dimmicks. I think Dimmicks have them in Australia, but I'm sure you'll be in England, you'll be able to get them from the Victoria and Albert Museum, I'm sure. And on our trip to Ballarat, I did buy from the Botanical Gardens a bookmark. I always think it's lovely to support our local communities, and for us, Australian companies or Australian areas, areas of locations of interest. So usually if I go to a botanical garden or a museum, I will buy something just to support them. And look, this is lovely. And a lovely gift, a nice gift. So again, a whole range of bookmarks that you can buy. I really like them. I think you can, like I say, you can pop them in an envelope or in a book that you're giving as a gift. I like them. Sometimes they get a little bit more expensive. They can be for a bookmark, but look, it's worth it. There's still a reasonable priced gift to put in a card, and any book lover will enjoy and appreciate. So that's it for today. I wanted to be as quick as possible for you so that I can get quite a few of these out over the coming weeks to give you some ideas on reading or gifts. If you have liked or enjoyed this video in any way, if it's entertained you or you found it informative, please do like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and ultimately it helps me. So I wish you much happiness, a great deal of joy and good health, and a really good lead up to Christmas. It's going to be exciting. Oh, one more thing. I am travelling with you to Melbourne in the coming days to pick up, I've actually had an advent calendar, a book advent calendar in crime fiction delivered from the warehouse to the book grocer in Bourke Street, Melbourne. It is for us to unpack together over from December the 1st to December the 24th. Look, there'll be details in the description box, but I intend to give away 6 of those books if you are interested. I will put a link to the new email account that I will have for this channel. So the first 6 or so people to email me at that account, at that email account, will receive a book. The book is for free. The post you will have to pay. So I'm happy to send it anywhere in the world, but you will have to pay post. Just be aware of that. So I think that's it. Oh, we will be unwrapping the books each day as well. So from the 1st of December to the 24th, it will just be a couple of minute video that I will spend with you each day unwrapping to find out the book that we have for that day. And any one of them may be yours if you're interested. So that's it. Wishing you good health, happiness, joy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.